Hello. It's morning. We spent last night at Iron Mountain Shelter. We walked up from Boots Off. Nice hike, not too bad. Train seems to be relatively okay today. So we're moving on to the next shelter, and then tomorrow we're into Damascus, which I'm excited about. Well, apparently I'm excited about everything, because every time I do one of these videos, I'm like, oh my God, I'm excited about this. Yeah, but it is like every day is new, and every destination becomes a new spot that I've seen on a video. And it's surreal to me that I'm watching all these old videos way, last year. And this year I'm doing what I was watching everybody do, which is really insane to me, because I never knew I'd really ever make it this far. It's surreal. It really is. Just to be able to get to do this. I mean, it's been 40 something days already. I don't even know how many days, but it's been a lot. And we keep going. And it's still a little cold, but Wedge heading north. Blaze on. Well, made it to the grave of Uncle Nick Grindstaff. Lived alone, suffered alone, and died alone. There's a lot of rumors about this guy. I don't know which ones are true, that he was lost everything in either gambling or whatever. But there's also rumors that there's a ghost of a dog up here, and that he also had a pet rattlesnake. Well, whatever's true and what's not, rest in peace. So there was a discussion in the shelter last night about Damascus. And I don't know who's running these numbers or what, but according to the people there, by the time you get to Damascus, and if you make it through, something like 60 to 70% of the people that have been on this trail have already dropped off. Like I said, I don't know how true that is, but if it is, it's really something to think about. I do know a lot of people that have dropped off by now. I hope they do come back on trail, because it keeps getting better and better. But you get on trail, an Amicalola or Springer, and the first day is, fairly easy. I went to Hawk Mountain Shelter my first day. You could tell, a lot of people are new at the entire experience. I mean, I have, backpacking and camping experience. But after that, a day or two later, you start hitting some hills. You hit some big ones. And I could see how that could get somebody down. But like I said, if you're using this for research next year, keep pushing. Keep walking through those hills. I'm going to tell you why. Because as tough as they are, and believe me, they were tough. They were tough on me too. You slow down your speed. You lower your miles. You don't worry about anybody else. If you see people walking by you and they're like, oh, I just did 25 miles yesterday, don't worry about them. Don't even think about that. Do your 5, do your 8, do your 10, 12, whatever you can do. But you keep going forward. And no matter what happens to you, you hike. It rains, you hike. It snows, you hike. It's icy, you hike. You're tired, you hike. You're hurt, you hike. If it's sunny and beautiful, you take a day off and hang out by the pool. I'm just kidding. You hike. Just as long as you get that one foot in front of the other, you got to keep going. Right now, we're about a day out of Damascus, and it's relatively flat. This trail is actually really nice. It's a good break day trail. I mean, we're still getting our miles in. We're still doing 16 miles today. But so far, the trail's been relatively flat with a couple of rolling hills. I'm actually taking my time right now. I slowed my pace down. I only have to do 16 miles today. It's 8:30. So I don't want to get to the shelter too early. So I'm just going to walk slow and enjoy today. It's a sunny day. My favorite kind of day, bluebird day. And head north. Keep going. Going to be in Damascus tomorrow. And my family comes and visits me a couple of days after that, which I'm really excited about. And I'm not trying to be judgy or anything like that about people. I'm just saying it gets better. And everybody that I talked to in my research doing Trail Magic last year all said the same thing. They all said, you know, it's rough in the beginning. It mellows out for a while, and then it gets rough towards the end. But you could really make up some miles on the middle parts. And that's what I'm planning on doing. Maybe I'll bump up to 20, 25 up there. But right now, 15 is still a go. 40 some days in, almost 500 miles down the trail. 15 miles a day. Just as long as you get up, you hike, and you keep moving forward. And hopefully you don't sustain any injuries either. I mean, that definitely can happen as well. I mean, I've twisted both my ankles, my knees. Back was hurting for a long while. But you keep pushing through unless you do something that could cause permanent damage. So let's head north. Blaze on. I'm on one of the hiker famous Bob Peoples cutbacks here in Tennessee. It's weird because you, ooh, there's a deer right there. Scared me. Oh, there's a lot of deer right there. Hey, deer. Anybody that doesn't know Bob Peoples is a trail maintainer, trail angel, and a hostel owner who has put in hundreds of miles of switchbacks. Now, a switchback makes you going up the mountains a lot easier. And as we were walking up the mountains yesterday, coming out of Boots Off, you could actually see how the trail went straight up the mountain. And then you could see the switchbacks walked right through it, which makes it so much easier for the hiker to make it up. Some of the places in Georgia and lower North Carolina, they're just straight up the mountain. Like they don't cut back, they don't switch back, they just go straight from the ground all the way up and over and then right back down again. So Bob Peoples gets teams together and makes a switchback, so it's a lot easier. Less wear and tear on your body. You know, and just, I think the fact that he's done that has saved a lot of people's through hikes, because it could be a real pain in the butt trying to go straight up a mountain and straight back. Kind of like what we're going to have to do when we get to, when we get up into New Hampshire and Maine and stuff like that. But by then, you're probably about as strong as you're going to be. But I just want Mr. Peoples not to go unappreciated for the amount of work that he's done for hikers and the trail, and just being a wonderful person. Never heard a single bad thing about him. He's getting a little bit older now, but he's always been there for rides, for hostels, for working on the trail, and he's just 100% all about the hikers and the trail. So thank you, Mr. Peoples. Really appreciate you. Oh, this is different. Terrain today has been incredible. Relatively flat, nice, not a lot of rocks. It's been really good. I'm enjoying it today. Another thing I've seen in hundreds of videos, and here I am. This is unexpected. I didn't realize I was here already. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, I wonder when that barn is with the AT symbol. Well, guess what? It's today. Walking up to it right now. I've seen it so many times in videos and pictures, and here I am walking up to it. Got to take my picture right next to it myself. Well, there it is. Benjamin Franklin Ski Chalet. Little known fact, people were a lot smaller back then. He was only at the height of about 3 feet 2 inches, and really enjoyed skiing. And this was where he used to do that. I'm just kidding. That's not Benjamin Franklin's chalet. It's actually a shelter from the 30s. So for the 3rd time today, I'm reaching another milestone that I've seen on numerous videos. The first one was the gravestone. Second one was the AT barn. And the third one is this shelter, which I'm going to go sit in. Yeah, even though it's really small. Yeah. I can't see how this would be effective, but they actually been told not to use this one unless it's in case of an emergency. I can't believe I'm sitting here. Once again, so many videos that were filmed right here. And I was like, oh, maybe one day I'll get there. And, well, today's that day. I'm here. I'm sitting in it. Actually contemplating staying in it, even though it's only meant to be for an emergency. But it's not going to rain tonight. And, I don't know. I think it might be a cool addition to the videos if I spend a night here. However, I do want to make an amendment to what I was saying earlier, because I've realized something today. I switched my shoes out the other day. I had Olympus 4s. They were amazing. They lasted 420 miles. They were great shoes. I switched to the Ultra Lone Peak 4s or 5s. I don't know. Can't see them from here. And I've been having nothing but trouble with them all day long. I'm slipping all over rocks. I've twisted my ankle about 20 times. My legs feel really fatigued. My feet are killing me. So the amendment is if you're having a really hard go, maybe think about switching out your shoes, because these things are just draining me. On a normal day, I could whip out 15 miles without even thinking, and I feel like I've walked about 25 miles today with these things. Everything hurts up and down my legs, and it didn't happen with the Olympus 4s. So adding on to what I was saying, you hurt, you hike, you do that, everything. If it's too bad, switch out your shoes and then see how that works too. Luckily for me, I'm heading into Damascus tomorrow, and my wife and kids are coming down. They're bringing me actually a lot of gear changes just to lighten my load. I'm going to probably switch out my pack. I'm getting other shoes brought down. I'm getting lighter clothing because it's starting to get warmer out, even though it was freezing last night. But I'm going to switch out to a little bit lighter clothes, and I'm switching my quilt out from the 20 degree that I have to the 40 degree that I have. It just seems like it's time to switch out stuff and go for the lighter gear, and then hopefully start making up some more miles. Maybe start hitting more 20s, 25s. Like I said, my sweet spot right now is 15. I still feel good about that. So if it doesn't work out with 2025s, I could always jump right back down to 15. No problem whatsoever. But I'm going to try to give the, not ultralight, but lighter version of through hiking a chance. Maybe get my base weight down to roughly 15 maybe. Right now it's like 19 or 20. I'm going to see if I could get to 15, I'm spitting all over the place, see if I could get it down to 15 or even get it down lower. So we're going to try out some new gear, lighter stuff, and let's see how that works out. I do keep forgetting to talk about, if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. And if you go in the description, you could buy me a beer, a soda, a cup of coffee, or anything like that. So if you feel generous and you really like this channel, I'm not going to do a Patreon, but if you want to buy me some sort of beverage, I'd really appreciate it. That link's right in the description as well. Thank you everybody for watching this. I really appreciate every view that I get from you guys. You're all wonderful, and blaze on. Wedge and